Now, with a look at travel in the upcoming new year, the Points guy Brian Kelly is here with an exclusive reveal of his 2025 travel trends report and what it means for you as you book your next trip. Brian, welcome back to the show. Break down the report for us.
Well, there's 4 key trends, and I don't want to start off like a Debbie Downer, but the number one is that travel's going to be more expensive. This past Sunday was the busiest travel day ever in the United States, almost 3.1 million travelers. And that's how travel's priced, demand. So 2 days this year, we saw 3 million plus passengers. Ooh. However, all is not lost. Airfares are actually going to be about flat to start the year, but it's not airfare where people need to look at when planning that full trip cost. Lodging has gone up dramatically. And these numbers aren't all doom and gloom. A large part of the increase is that people are traveling internationally. One of the biggest trends, people are going far and wide. And the second thing is people are still traveling for experiences. You know, the Taylor Swift Eras Tour phenomenon, that's not stopping. You know, Coachella just announced an incredible lineup. Lady Gaga. I know a lot of people are going to be traveling towards cultural events, Rio Carnival. I now see tons of my friends rebooking this. In fact, 47% of expected travel in 2025 is related to cultural events and festivals. Yeah. And people just want to have fun.
And how do you save when you're having fun?
So that all is not lost here. Now, one of the unfortunate trends is the airlines have they're doing what's called unbundling, right? So the airfares are remaining about even, but they're starting to charge us for all the things we used to get for free.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm still a big advocate, and even though frequent flyer miles are getting a little bit less valuable to use, that's really where you get value, because the airlines are now charging dynamic pricing, even for checked bags, where you don't even know how much your bag will be. But getting the airline co-brand, so if you fly any airline a couple times a year, that co-brand credit card is usually under $100, and just the sign-up bonus for getting it is usually $500 to $600. So being savvy, getting the credit card of the airline you fly the most, it'll let you board early. The airlines are now cracking down on that too. Well, they're going to shame you if you try to board early. So instead of trying to sneak in, just get the co-brand credit card, bank the miles, which will help you save, and it'll make travel much smoother.
Yeah. We always appreciate your insight. Our viewers really get a kick out of you and the great deals. One viewer in particular from Charleston, West Virginia, had a really great question for you, saying that oftentimes we highlight trips that originate in big cities like LA or New York, and the viewer is saying, well, what about if you're coming from a smaller city? How can you save money there?
That is a great point, and I apologize to my small city folk out there, because it is tough. When you're flying from a small city with limited air service, especially internationally, they gouge you. Because what they do, the airlines price based on competition. So if you're from a small airport, we looked at Charleston, West Virginia to Rome, $2,000 in economy. But experts in the industry, this is what you can do. You can do what's called positioning flights. And this is how you save up to 40%. So if you were to just buy Charleston to Chicago round trip for $300, and then you book your international trip, Chicago to Rome, however, there are risks to this. So if you have separate tickets, if your flight before is delayed and you miss the main flight to Rome. But this is what I encourage people. In this example, you could save $750 by booking 2 separate tickets. Go the night before, get a cheap hotel in Chicago. Because if you and your spouse and kids are each saving $750 by doing that, go the night before, see a show, and you're still going to come out way ahead. But yeah, learning how to use maybe Southwest Airlines miles to get you to one of those major cities, and then you buy your international tickets from the big cities where there's tons of competition.
There's no stumping you. I love this. So the viewers keep bringing in these great questions like that, and you have the perfect answer. Thank you, Brian, as always.
Thanks for having me.